There's no easy way to say it. Ironheart is spiraling into what might be Marvel's biggest disaster yet. Not just another stumble, but a full-blown implosion. Even loyal MCU fans, the same diehards who defended Eternals and She-Hulk, are bailing on this one. And that alone should tell you how bad things have gotten. Flat characters and messy writing. Let's start with the most glaring problem, the characters. They feel hollow, like mannequins shuffled from one awkward scene to the next. Instead of layered personalities, we get one-dimensional cutouts, reciting lines with zero spark. The directing? Sloppy doesn't even begin to cover it. It's like the camera is trying to keep up with a script that doesn't know where it's going. Fans were excited for a fresh face like Riri Williams, but what they got was a chaotic mess. The first 3 episodes landed with a thud, called abysmal not just by jaded critics, but by longtime Marvel faithful who've put up with plenty in the past. It's not just nitpicking. The writing feels like it was pieced together overnight with no real heart. And yeah, pun fully intended. Rotten Tomatoes scores and early panic. If you peek at Rotten Tomatoes, the critics' scores might seem semi-decent, sitting awkwardly in the low 70s, but look closer. The audience score is tanking fast, already at 59% and falling closer to the disaster zone the Acolyte crashed into. Insiders are leaking that Marvel and Disney expected soft ratings, but they didn't expect this. According to one executive source, it's worse than any early projection. And behind the scenes, the panic is setting in. Executives are scrambling to figure out what went wrong, but the rot runs deeper than they ever imagined. Dominique Thorne's defensive statements. Meanwhile, Dominique Thorne, who plays Riri Williams, has become the unlikely face of this storm. She's not backing down. In every interview, she doubles down on how the show champions DEI and LGBTQ rights, insisting there's no hidden agenda despite fans saying otherwise. Her quotes have gone viral. Riri Williams is more respected by her peers than Tony Stark ever was, she declared, straight-faced. That one statement alone split the fandom down the middle. Instead of calming the fire, it threw gasoline on it. Hardcore Marvel fans who worship Tony Stark felt slapped, while casual viewers were left scratching their heads. Downey Jr. and Marvel's desperation. Marvel's desperation showed in another shocking move, pulling in Robert Downey Jr. to hype up Ironheart. Not just the show, they tried to position Riri Williams as stepping directly into Tony Stark's spotlight. You could practically hear the collective gasp. Marvel was so unsure about Ironheart's appeal that they went all in on Downey's star power. But it backfired spectacularly. Fans didn't see a torch being passed. They saw a corporate ploy to force Riri into a role she hadn't earned. Instead of rallying support, the strategy reeked of fear. The Mephisto reveal and Sacha Baron Cohen casting. Then came the bombshell. Mephisto is finally entering the MCU in Ironheart. Not just a cameo, he's the big twist. And who's playing him? None other than Sacha Baron Cohen. That's right, the devil himself sliding into a series already in freefall. Fans immediately clocked the timing. A desperate late-game villain reveal designed to hype up the second half of the season. And it felt eerily familiar. Remember The Acolyte? That show tried the same move with Darth Plagueis, dropping a massive lore name to distract from crumbling ratings. It didn't work there, and fans are already calling it a forced, recycled ploy here. Dominique's escalating frustration. But Dominique Thorne didn't stop with her first round of statements. As the show's reception kept souring, her tone grew sharper. She started calling out critics directly, saying reviews couldn't be trusted anymore because they're biased against projects involving people of color. She told one outlet, "Critics are unfair to stories like Ironheart because we live in an era where diversity itself gets attacked." She's not wrong about bias existing, but calling out the entire fandom in one sweeping statement? That's a risky game, especially when you're already standing on shaky ground. Fans are noticing the shift, comparing Dominique's increasingly combative approach to Rachel Zegler and Amandla Stenberg, stars of The Acolyte who also ended up in headline-grabbing feuds with audiences. Dominique's not at that extreme yet, but her frustration is starting to show, and it's making headlines of its own. Recycled plot lines in Iron Man 3. Overlap. Here's where things go from bad to embarrassing, the plot lines. Eagle-eyed fans dissected the first 3 episodes and realized they're basically copy-pasting chunks from Iron Man 3. But not as a clever homage, as lazy rehashes. Story beats, dialogue echoes, entire emotional arcs ripped from a movie widely considered the weakest in the trilogy. It's like Marvel rummaged through old scripts, lifted lines wholesale, slapped Riri's name on them, and called it fresh. But nostalgia only works when it feels earned, and in Ironheart it comes off like a cheap trick. Fans are left wondering, if the plan was to build a new hero, why lean so hard on a decade-old flop? So where does this all lead? Episode 6. Marvel insiders tease a massive cliffhanger is coming, one they swear will shake everything up. But those who've seen early cuts say it's just more recycled Marvel tropes with a twist that will likely leave audiences confused, not excited. Fans are bracing themselves, hoping against hope that the show can still turn it around. But let's be real. With this many missteps in just the first half, it's hard to see how the series climbs back. Marvel needed Ironheart to set up the next generation. Instead, it's teetering on the edge of total collapse. But what do you think? Is there still a chance for Ironheart to find its footing, or has Marvel completely missed the mark with this one? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm dying to see if you think this show deserves a second chance, or if it's already beyond saving. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to hit subscribe. We'll keep following every twist and turn as Ironheart barrels toward what could be Marvel's messiest ending yet. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one.